Hey everyone, and I am recording. So if you're seeing this, happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, 2 p.m., the weekly lesson. Every week I do a lesson for you guys pertaining to your business, affiliate marketing, marketing online. And it might happen just to pertain to your personal life, but whatever the case may be, I am here. I am your innovative solution coach. Welcome. My name is Crystal. I'm happy that you are here. I record weekly videos. Sometimes I go live. Sometimes they're already recorded videos. You can find me here on Facebook and also on YouTube. Um, so today's weekly lesson. Oh, by the way, how are you guys doing? I'm kind of anxious today, so I been like doing a lot of stuff and having a good time. Been being a little anxious because I'm like, yeah. So, anyways, I'm here. Every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do weekly lessons. And then on Saturday at 11 a.m., I have this new post that I do called Innovative Recess. Again, it's a combination of what I used to do of Sunday Shutdown and Weekend Truth Bomb Need to Know. Those things will be combined. So, but the only difference is that I may not always be at my desk with these presentations. So that really means that I'm more likely to go live from wherever I'm at to give you guys truth bombs, to talk to you guys, and to kind of just invite you to kind of what I'm doing in my day. So keep your eyes out for that on Saturdays at 2 p.m. or at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, anyways, I am going to go ahead and get started. So, today's weekly lesson is okay. So, we are all, most of us, are probably dealing with situations where we're having to leave our actual brick and mortar jobs, leaving corporations, and we're having to come home and work at home. So today we're going to be talking about the work at home space. Yeah. Okay. Well, pretty much all I'm going to really do is give you my experience from the transition of working for a company or working at a brick and mortar, and then having to transition and work from home, and the kind of tips and things that you kind of want to prepare yourself for, what to what to do to make sure that you can have the focus that you need to be successful, whether you are still working for a company and you're at home, or you're actually able to take advantage from working online, working at home online, making income online, that has nothing to do with other companies or a brick and mortar, an employer. So, anyways, so the number one thing that is pretty broad, wherever you go in an actual workplace, or you being at home, being an affiliate marketer, being an entrepreneur, is that you want to make sure that you have your goals in place. And not just any goal, but goals that are specific to what you're doing. So you want to plan ahead. This is part of, time management, and how well you can execute and get things done. So that is the number one thing, because even if you're working for someone, okay, you have your job details, you have your job description, and you have the tasks that have to be done, and all the tasks and everything all go to the end goal, the end result. Okay, it's the same way when you come home. Okay, the only difference is you're in the comfort of your home, so you still need to have um your goals, your weekly goals. Okay, um the task that are going to lead you to the goals, to your end goals. All right. And that could include, your agenda and stuff like that. But this is all time management skills to keep you on task. All right. Now, the other thing that we want to talk about here is um, making sure that you are in the right place. Now, not everybody can necessarily get their hands on. This is what I would recommend. You have to start somewhere. From my own personal experience before, I had this nice little desk and this little office chair with my own little space. I was working downstairs in the dining room because there was just this huge table. And I know I'm not alone because I've seen other really good friends who work in corporate America who are working from home. They bring their monitors downstairs, probably because it's big enough. And they can have that whole space, um, and they can kind of move around very easy, and they're kind of in the center place. Like that's the benefit. But what's the disadvantage? The disadvantage is you're down in the center of everything. I mean, the benefit is also you're near the kitchen, so you can always get up and go make some coffee. So you can be on a conference call and just be muted and go in the kitchen and make something to eat and nobody knows you left. That's the benefit of being downstairs in the dining room near the kitchen, right? Um, but the disadvantage is that especially if you have a family or if somebody else is living near you, uh, in the house with you, like children, animals, you're simply downstairs, is that you are going to get a lot of distractions and a lot of a lot of noise around you. And so that is a distraction that could lead you away from the task and the goals that you have. So really, it would benefit you to find a quiet space. Unless you're living by yourself, it would benefit you to find a quiet space that's going to allow you to focus, allow you to stick to your task goals, your agenda, without the distraction of other people interfering, without outdoor noise interfering, without the temptation of feeling like you need to get up all the time to go get coffee, whatever the case may be, because you're just kind of in that open space. Open space kind of invites you to be distracted from the work. But if you're in a more closed setting, you might be willing, and it's not the same, this is just kind of generalized again, that if you're in a more closed setting or a designated area that is office space or uh business like, or something that is going to make you comfortable, you're more willing to get that work done, right? The other thing is if you have a set schedule saying, okay, this is what I do, between 4 and 6 a.m. My content needs to be posted because this is when I know that I'm going to get the most amount of engagements. And um, if I'm getting things posted by 7:30, then I'm behind schedule. That's the way you need to look at it. I'm behind schedule. You are you're slacking. So there's no need to cut corners, because you set a schedule to be consistent. And if you're consistent, again, it's a skill set, you're utilizing time management, and you're most likely to stick to it. But if I'm posting things after 7 or after 8 o'clock, past the time that I know that I'm going to get the most engagement, the most reward out of staying on top of my business, then one or two things need to happen, especially if it's happening more than one time. I might just have an off day, right? But if it's happening more than one time, I need to relook at my schedule to figure out what's causing me to slack in my business, or what's causing me to be distracted, or what's causing me to not want to stay on top of the schedule that I've set out for myself, especially when I know that I'm going to have the most success. Okay. The other thing that you might want to consider, and this just depends on the person, but having some type of for me, I would have some type of study music, or like white noise, or something that you can tune out the extra space, so you could actually zone in. The other thing, we talked about time, like having a timer. I actually set a timer, so I know I'm going to be spending a solid 30 minutes doing something. Then that means I'm going to time it to where I know I'm specifically getting something done. If I happen to run over that time, that's perfectly fine, because you just want a designated time to get started and to finish it. What you don't want to do is not ever get started. So at least set a time. And if you run over, then the more the merrier, you're getting the work done. Because some days that's just part of life, being an entrepreneur or being at work, that the time runs over. But we're not talking about being at work. We're talking about workspace at home. So So the next thing that I want to talk about is letting other people know your schedule. Kind of this works out too. When I was downstairs, I actually didn't do that. Now, my fiance knew that I was working from home, but oftentimes because I had a full schedule or I had gaps where I took opportunities. Like if I didn't have any I let's just say I had content to post for Thursday, but it's Tuesday. Tuesday is known for my heavy hitter days where I literally have everything packed in to get pushed out. So that way, by the towards the end of the week, I can kind of wing off and my days get lighter and I can enjoy the rest of my week versus trying to get everything done at the last minute. Um, or just something comes up, so that the schedule is there, so I just try to get it all done early. But what would happen is because he didn't know, so if he was coming home from work at 4 6 whatever, and I decide to get a wild hair and decide to do a recording or to practice on something to perfect something, he doesn't know that I'm still working on something, and I would be halfway through a recording or just starting a recording, and he would just bust through the door, hello, or something, and I would be like, oh, come on, like, I'm working, right? But after a while, I kind of looked at myself because it's not really his fault. It's kind of mine. It is my fault because there was just better ways that I could manage that time. Which is either, since I know his schedule, is to make sure that I get my stuff done before he gets home, or relocate myself. Okay, because remember, I was downstairs in the main area in the dining room, and our dining room actually is by the front door. So you got to go through the front door and you see the dining room. So what I could have done is either get those recordings done before he got home, or relocate myself, um, so that way, if he came home, he wouldn't have seen me anyway, right? I would have been able to get that recording home. He would have known that I was in a different part of the house, knowing that I was still doing work. Now, granted, again, if I'm going to be in another room, I need to put a sign outside the door or something like that, or talk loud enough to where there's enough audible noise for him to be able to go, oh, she's doing something, I better wait. Okay, so that's something that you could do to kind of help your family out, is to let them know your schedule, not just online, blocking off your Facebook, TikTok, your Facebook profile, whatever the case may be, to let people know your business hours, whatever. But also just let your children, your babysitter, your husband, whatever the case may be, go. These are my designated work hours that I do things. So have your phone on silent, turn it off, put your stuff in the other room, and deal with them later once you get the stuff done that you want to get done. And there was one other last point that I wanted to make. Let's see, we had avoid interruptions. Well, first, make sure you have your schedule, avoid interruptions, have your own space. Yeah, and let people know your schedule. So I did cover everything. Let people know your schedule. And so that is pretty much like what I have for you. This is kind of the transition that happens from your work at home space. Now, the thing about working online is that you're going to have a lot of things that are distracting you. So you have to be really good with time management and really, really good at being focused. And I can tell you that it takes a good skill set, because even someone who has a good skill set at such as myself, I'm a multitasker, and I would have a reason to try to get multiple things done at the same time because my end goal is to finish it. But even then, in that, it's a trap because you can get caught up in something else, while you're trying to address something else. So multitasking is good. It's a skill set, but at the same time, if you're talking about meeting end goals and actually completing tasks, You want to be careful on what it is. If something needs your undivided attention, then you don't want to be multitasking. But if it's something that can kind of be integrated while you do something, have at it. Okay. So that's kind of what I have for you guys. That's kind of the lesson today, the work at home space of what you need to do for yourself as you make that transition, whether it's a brick and mortar and you're coming home, you're working at a company, you're coming home and you're working for them still, or you're having your, work from home space because you're having multiple streams of income, you're earning money online. All right. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, you guys want to know how you can make income online, talk to me. If you want to know any more information about what I teach or what I do, please let me know. Guys, I'm happy to be here. Happy Wednesday. Enjoy it. And stay out of trouble. I'm just kidding. Talk to you soon.